So a little while ago, I was at the thrift store and I was digging through VHS movies kind of at the back of the store. Yeah, because every once in a while, you might have to dig, but you can find some treasure. That's where I found stuff like Death Race 2000, Scanners, The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus. Like, this is obscure stuff that you're not going to find just anywhere. You got to hunt for it. Not long ago, I went to hunting and I found this. Frankenweenie. This is not what I thought it was going to be. This is a short film directed by Tim Burton, made in 1984. It's 27 minutes long. It's in black and white, and it is a straight up parody slash homage to Frankenstein. Now, what I thought it was of course the 2012 version, also made by Tim Burton, the CGI Frankenweenie, which was a remake of this. An expanded reboot, I suppose you could call it, with much bigger voice actors and stuff like that. This one was kind of a project film that Tim Burton was hired to do as a short film to play before movies. Stars Daniel Stern, Shelley Duvall, and as I said, it's basically just a straight up retelling of Frankenstein, except in this, Victor Frankenstein is a little kid. He has a dog that gets killed, run over by a car, but he's a genius, this kid, and he learns in his science class that dead things can be reanimated with electricity. So he goes home and he sets up this crazy experiments in his little science lab, and basically it's just like Victor Frankenstein's lab in the classic Frankenstein story, except it's on a small scale, and the kid makes it out of toys and appliances and things like that, and he brings his dead dog back to life, but he soon finds out that it's kind of more trouble than it's worth. He has to hide the dog from everybody because they all know that the dog is dead, and everybody's freaked out by seeing this dog, and the dog gets out and gets into trouble and stuff like that. Everybody's like, hey, get that dog, and everybody's against the dog, and they chase the dog away, and they chase him into the windmill on the 18th hole of the miniature golf course, and they accidentally set fire to the windmill, and the boy Victor gets trapped inside with, trying to save his dog. The reanimated dog, manages to save Victor Frankenstein and pull him out of the fire and save his life. But then the dog dies again. So all the people that, were previously, shouting and chasing the dog and, basically like the village mob, they all say, oh, the dog just saved that boy. We killed this dog that the kid was just trying to bring back to life, and everybody felt all unhappy about it. So they hook up all the jumper cables from their car batteries, and they hook it all up to this dog, and they all start their cars, and the electricity reanimates the dog again, and the dog's alive, and a happy ending to what was always a tragic tale. I mean, before, without the dog. So yeah, it's competently made, and it's done in the Tim Burton style. There's kind of gothic trappings around, around in the little mini golf course. Almost looks like a cemetery. It's shot in black and white, and it's very moody and very stark lighting in some spots, and very, very closely replicates the feel of the original Frankenstein. And it doesn't really go out of its way to be a comedy or anything. There's not a lot of jokes in it. It's, like I said, it's only 27 minutes long. There ain't much room for jokes in this one. But it's just a cute little retelling of Frankenstein with a happy ending. And I imagine that's what the 2012 version is, but just drawn out so that they can, get the kids into the theater, look at something kind of goofy looking and kind of funny. There's probably a lot more jokes than that. Probably funny characters, funny voices, things like that. You don't get that in this one. Now, the kid starring in this one is Barrett Oliver. You may recognize him from such films as The Never-Ending Story. And I don't know what else. Anyway, Barrett Oliver, he does a pretty good job here as young Victor Frankenstein, and You know, you can tell that this kid loves his dog and he loves his parents, and he just like, but he disobeys his parents and sneaks around reanimating his dog. And I don't know. Again, 27 minutes. What are you gonna do, right? It wasn't until about 5 minutes into this movie where I realized, hey, this is gonna be all live action. I was thinking, well, maybe it's one of those things like, you know, like the Page Master, where it all started as live action and then went animated halfway through or a third of the way through the movie or whatever. You know, before I knew it, this thing was over, and I had no idea it was this short. I mean, I can't believe I was such an idiot. I didn't even look at the back of the box. But the back of the box clearly shows that this is live action, and it clearly states that it's only 27 minutes long. I was expecting the goofy, you know, stitched up, reanimated dog from the CGI movie. No, I was wrong. So I wasn't disappointed. If anything, I really want to see that movie, because this wasn't bad. It was quite good, actually. And it showed, you know, that Tim Burton, at the time, in 1984, which is like long before he made it really big with like Batman and Edward Scissorhands and, you know, all those movies. Long before that, yeah, this was very early in Tim Burton's career, and it shows what a competent filmmaker he is, and I think continues to be. You know, there's some missteps here and there. Looking at you, Alice in Wonderland. I'm thinking this was like a passion project for Tim Burton. Probably this is like he had a budget to make what could have been like a student film. I don't know. I haven't looked into it too deeply. All I know is that it was 1984, and they showed it before some Disney movies, and then eventually, after Tim Burton had a whole bunch of money of his own, he decided to remake it as another passion project. And I think it's a good homage to those old monster movies that Tim Burton was probably a huge fan of. So overall, would I recommend this movie? Well, yes, I would. Particularly if you're a fan of Tim Burton, and if you've never seen it, I think it's worth seeing. You could probably watch this right here on YouTube, or you could watch it on Disney Plus, maybe, if you go searching. I enjoyed it. I'm going to give Frankenweenie a B-. Being only 27 minutes long, you got a lot in that 27 minutes. They didn't waste any time with a bunch of subplots about characters that nobody cares about. It captured the gist of the story of Mary Shelley's classic story and gave it a nice little twist to it, you know, a little something that's appropriate for kids. And it still presents you with those things that Tim Burton obviously loved about the movies, is the atmosphere and the kind of the otherworldliness of it, and just the black and white creepiness of it all. It really works here. So yeah, I'm giving it a B-. So until next time, folks, have a good one.